How's it going, everybody? Hopefully the lighting is somewhat good. I'm upstairs doing a video. I figured this was probably the best place to sit and talk to you all. So I just renewed the tabs or plate, if you will, on my 2016 F-150 XL FX4. You know, it's nothing special truck. I bought it with AZ plan from Ford because my grandmother, so I was able to get technically it would be Z plan because retiree, but AZ is the same price. It's kind of like X plan and D plan, dealer plan or friends and family plan. Those are the same. So I renewed the tab on the F-150, and it's down to a total of $215.62 because I used a credit card online. The total came to $221.33. I bought this vehicle in 2017, so it was already a year old. It was sitting on the commercial lot of the dealership. It was, I guess, a commercial vehicle, hence XL, and then I wanted FX4, and this is the closest match they had. I wanted the bigger bed, the 6.5-inch bed, which is really a 6.7-inch bed. Anyways, I figure I would tell you, Colorado's plating. So if you're moving here to Colorado, it's pretty expensive, really. I printed the screen where it breaks down the amounts you're paying for your tabs. When you finally do pay online, it just tells you the amount in the service fee and your total. It doesn't give you the breakdown. So remember to print your actual breakdown. And I'll be bringing that on the other vehicles we have when we renew them. I'll probably make videos of them just so you have an idea. And then I ran some numbers because I found it kind of interesting of how many drivers are in Colorado, and if you're paying these fees, how much is Colorado collecting yearly? So first we'll take a look at what I paid. Age, so there's a thing called age of vehicle add-on. I don't even know what that is. It was $10, so amount paid was $10. I assume everyone probably might pay that. It might be a different amount. I don't know because I don't know what it is. Registration base fee, $35. Bridge safety surcharge, $18. Clerk hire fee, $4. County road and bridge, $1.50. Emergency medical services, $2. Statewide air account, I assume that's, it does say emissions before that. I guess that's for, I don't know, plant more trees, I really don't know. 50 cents. Insurance fee, I don't know what that means, but that's 50 cents. Motorist insurance database fee, so I'm paying for their database, 10 cents. That sounds reasonable until I tell you the other numbers. Officer standardized training fee, $1. It sounds like that's good, but I don't know. I mean, exactly who's getting the training? Just the state police, all police in Colorado? Who? Road safety surcharge, $11.90. Specific ownership tax, this is your personal property tax. For me, $130.90. Obviously, everyone's is going to be different there, probably based on weight and value of the vehicle. So, everyone's going to be different. Like our new Ford Bronco Sport, that's outrageous. Material fee. This is your sticker. It says in brackets, your tab. So the stickers, 22 cents. Sounds reasonable, but they're making money on that, I'm going to guess. I was like, well, how many drivers are in Colorado? And so I did a quick Google. This is from 2017. Colorado's been growing very quickly, and it's probably 2 million more than this, but we'll take the 2017 because I think it still shows. So for that first one of age of vehicle add-on at $10, every driver paying that's $41,561,380. That's a lot of money they're collecting from vehicle add-on, whatever that is. And then you got the registration base fee, whatever that is. is $35, and they're collecting $145,464,830. Holy God, they're collecting a lot of money. That isn't going to roads or anything. Safety surcharge. Oh, this is the bridge safety surcharge, excuse me. $18. They collect a huge amount of $18. They get a total, if every driver's paying that from the 2017 stats on how many drivers there are in Colorado, that amount is $74,810,484. Clerk hire fee. So we pay for them to hire the clerks, I guess. This seems like a lot of money. I wonder how many clerks there are and what their average pay is. They collect a whopping $16,624,552. That can hire a lot of clerks. Wow. So you might think the next one is reasonable. County road and bridge. Yeah, it's reasonable at $1.50. You're like, $1.50? Okay, they take care of the county road and bridges. This is for my county. El Paso County is where I live. That's $6,234,207. Wow, man, these numbers are huge. So it gets confusing reading them, but that is a lot of money for county roads and bridges that they collect every year. And how many county road and bridge? Well, that's the gimmick. It's not just bridges; it's road. They can spend that easily in one intersection. So I don't know. Is that reasonable? It seems like excessive money to me, but at least it's going back to roads and bridges versus some of the other fees. Who knows what they go for? Like this next one, emergency medical services, $2. You're like, oh, okay, but does that cover me if I get on a wreck? Because I paid this fee? Do I need to pay for ambulance? Because it's emergency medical services, $2. I don't know quite what this covers or if it covers anything for myself, but it's $8,312,276 in total by taking the 2017 number of drivers in Colorado, which we know have, man, at this point, we're probably 2 or 3 million above that. So they're collecting a heck of a lot of money. So the next one is the emission statewide air account at 50 cents. Every year, they get a pocket, the state gets a pocket, $2,078,069. That's a lot of money they just get a pocket. And then the next one is insurance fee. That's also at 50 cents, so it's the same amount, $2,078,069. Insurance fee for what? For who? I don't know. Why is anything to do with insurance? Why are we paying that? It sounds reasonable. You're like, oh, you only have to pay 50 cents, Mark. Well, but when you figure all the drivers have to pay that, they're collecting a lot of money. This is what people don't think about is it sounds cheap, but everyone paying this, they're collecting a lot of money for nothing. So the next one is the motorist insurance database fee. Again, why are we paying anything for the insurance to have a database fee? Why isn't the insurance companies paying that? Of course, they would pass the cost to us anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter which way we look at it, and they probably do pass a cost on to us claiming something about that database. But this is 10 cents. So you're like, oh, 10 cents, that's not a big deal. No, it's not a big deal. That's why people don't complain of stuff like this. But in total, by the 2017, how many drivers in Colorado I want to remind you, the amount of drivers in 2017 was 4,156,138 drivers in Colorado. So they collect $415,613.80. Wow. Then we go on to the officer standardized training fee. Now, I wish I knew more about this fee because we all say officers might need more training, right? Well, it's only a whopping $1 when you compare some of the other stuff, but they collect this yearly, and that amount in 2017 is 4,156,138. So they collect $4 million for officer training per year. I don't know how many officers in Colorado we have. I don't know if this is only state officers or if it includes all law enforcement officers within the state of Colorado. I don't know. So, I mean, that's something, I'll be reasonable. Okay, officers need training. Maybe that should be a few bucks more and some of these other fees a lot less. You know? I mean, priorities here. Now we have another one called road safety surcharge. Like I read earlier, this is a whopping $11.90. Road safety surcharge. Road safety surcharge. So is this for barriers and stuff? What exactly is this entailing? Signage? I don't know. They collect a whopping $49,458,042.20. That's a lot of money for road safety surcharge. That's a big amount. Now, why aren't they collecting $5 for officer training so officers get some top level training? I don't know. You know, why are we collecting? I guess because it's called road safety surcharge, people will just go along and be like, well, it's for safety of the roads. Well, I don't know exactly what this covers. You know, I wish I knew. I wish I knew where to look this up. Specific ownership tax. Now, that's obviously going to be dependent on your vehicle, type of vehicle, weight of vehicle, and all that. But I'm just assuming for fun that, let's say, every driver in Colorado paid $130.90 for that. Some are going to pay more, some are going to probably pay a little less, but that might be a pretty good average. If not, the average is probably slightly higher than that. But just for fun, they collect $544 million, $38,464.20. So they collect $464,38,464.20. That's $500 million they collect just from my vehicle, which is supposed to go to roads, bridges, and infrastructure for the roads. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. On top of everything else they're getting for that claims road safety. You would think road safety would be part of the ownership tax, because otherwise, ownership tax, where does that specifically go? Into the governor's pocket? Because where does that go? Material fee for that year tab at 22 cents. They collect $914,350.36. So almost $1 million just in tabs. I bet those tabs don't cost 22 cents to produce because they're mass producing them. When you have, where's that number? When you have just over 4 million drivers, probably at this time we probably have 6 to 7 million drivers in Colorado, they're probably paying a nickel for each of those tabs. So each sticker, I'm going to guess, cost a nickel, 10 cents. So they're making money on that most likely. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Do you ever question the figures, or do you just look at it and say, it's only $10. It's only $10. It's going to a registration base. I bet most people don't even print this page. So I just didn't print my end payment receipt. I also printed this before, because as soon as you select the payment and go to the next screen, you lose this breakdown information, which it should just be automatic on the last page. It should be all included, but I'm guessing they don't really want you to print. So I remember, hit the print screen button and print this so we have an idea of exactly where my money is going to. Hopefully by sharing this with you all, you also have an idea like, maybe I should start doing some math and questioning, why am I paying $18 for bridge safety surcharge to collect close to $75 million when shouldn't my almost everyone's vehicle thing? So I bet with the different vehicles, I bet they collect closer to 1 billion. With more people in Colorado, I bet they collect close to $1 billion in ownership tax, which is just a wealth tax. I'm surprised Colorado, and I've always said this, doesn't have a strong car lobby, maybe because we don't have car manufacturers, where you would think the various brands would be lobbying the state so they could sell more cars if they were more affordable to own a new vehicle versus a lot of people here keep their vehicle for extended periods of time, even probably past what they should, because they don't want to get into a newer car payment where they're paying $800, $1,000, or more a year, depending on the vehicle. You'll say "Cry Me a River" when I say this, but I've been told that you go buy a Porsche for $120,000, you're going to pay like $5,000 a year just for the privilege of having a Colorado plate with that yearly tab on it. You know, yeah, you're gonna say "Cry Me a River," Mark. You can afford the Porsche. No, most people are leasing, so they probably can't afford the Porsche. They're leasing it or they got a loan from the bank, so they really can't afford it. They're just paying payments as long as they can afford the payment. So you're discouraging people from working hard to buy those vehicles, buying those vehicles, which is employing dealerships, mechanics, and what have you, in trickling down to people that have to keep those vehicles on the road. Anyways, hopefully this helps you all out, gives you an idea. Next time, look at what you're paying for. This is the transaction detail page. Maybe it shouldn't cost so much to have a plate on your vehicle to be able to buy those tabs yearly, just for the privilege of driving to work. Well, we don't have great transportation here. We don't live in a big New York City type atmosphere, or San Francisco or something. There are some public buses like in town, but yeah, once you get outside of town in America, we don't have public transportation. So you have to have a vehicle, and it's sad when it costs so much. And anytime it comes up to about lowering the cost of ownership here and making it more reasonable, people will cry and they'll say, "Oh, but we got to do the roads. The roads are so bad." Well, yeah, but at the same time, if you think the roads are bad, maybe go to the eastern side of the U.S. because you want to see bad roads, go up to Michigan. Bad roads, or a lot of those northeastern states. It's horrible. It's horrible. The roads are beautiful here in comparison, and a lot of people moved here, so you should know that. It's yes, it's not like Arizona. But then Arizona has a lot of desert too, so the few roads they have, yes, they're going to be nice, and it's one climate typically. We do get freezing weather here. It does snow, it does thaw and freeze again, which cause cracks. So you're never going to have perfect roads in Colorado. But you got to start questioning, should we be paying such a high just property tax basically on a vehicle, that ownership wealth tax? That should be, let's say that should only be $100 for everybody. Why should somebody pay more if they bought a new car? Why should it matter if somebody bought, say, a new $15,000 car or bought a new $40,000 car? What's it really matter? The same wear and tear is happening on the road. Now you could make an argument that, well, you need to pay a little bit more if you have like a heavy vehicle. Okay, I might get along with that and say, okay, yeah, maybe if you have a 2500, 3500, or F250, F350, yeah, maybe you should pay an extra $30. It shouldn't be some crazy amount, you know. When you're collecting that from everyone that owns those vehicles, that's a lot of money extra. In Colorado, I think they're pretty greedy. Let me know how your state is in comparison to what I just told you about the state of Colorado. If you're thinking about moving here and you have a newer vehicle and you're not a wealthy individual, you might want to reconsider. That's just one extra high cost of living thing we have here in Colorado versus other states. But then again, I go back to Michigan, where I came from. You know, that's a no fault state, and it's crazy with insurance because of the whole no fault thing. Although I think they try to fix that a little, but I heard it hasn't really changed much. It's still outrageously priced, but at least your plate on your vehicle is cheap. It's just your insurance on your vehicle is nutty. So, you know, I guess you can't win in this world. So let me know what you think. And I'm not complaining at this point being $215. I've heard of a lot worse for F-150s. I think it's always been reasonable. I think my highest was 380 or something like that, 400 bucks when I got the vehicle brand new. It's come down, you know, half at least. And you know, I think that had to do with buying it off the commercial lot and not buying it off the normal lot. So if you're looking for vehicles, sometimes check out the dealership's commercial lot, which is usually separate from their main lot for, you know, just your normal vehicles. Yeah, you won't get leather seats probably. You're not going to get this or that, especially now with the inventory low. But it might be another lot to check out, and your registration might be a lot cheaper because that VIN might be tied to commercial reasons. And that's the only thing I can think of, because I was actually expecting a much higher price for my vehicle when I first got it because it stickered just under $40,000. You would think $40,000 vehicle at, you know, a heavy weight being a truck, that it would probably be something crazy like 800 bucks, $1,000 a year until you hit that 7-year mark. Well, I am happy with $215, so I am happy with that. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it educated you about Colorado. Let me know in the comments what you all think. Have a good one. Stay well, stay safe, my friends, and take care. Bye.